I'm a star. You see the ice, you see the cars.
What's up, guys? It's Hansika, and I just wanted to talk about diet and nutrition. So that's like a question I get a lot from friends and family is like, what do you eat? Like, how do you stay so fit or whatever? I follow the If It Fits Your Macros diet, which it is very like it's not time consuming. It's more like you have to be on top of it. Like, you just have to track everything. So I use MyFitnessPal, which is like my best friend. And I always plan my meals out the day before. So like, to a lot of people that's like, oh my God, that's like so much work, whatever. But I mean, it works for me. I've seen great results from it. So basically, If It Fits Your Macros is when you follow a certain amount of carbs, certain amount of protein, and certain amount of fats. So that's like a number that is different for everybody. Everyone's different, everyone's metabolism's different, everyone's body works differently. So you just have to play around with your numbers and see what works for you. Because everyone has a BMR, is your basal metabolic rate, which is how much you should be eating every day because you burn that much even by sleeping in bed all day. So you should never go below your BMR because that's when your body will be in starvation mode and it just is not gonna be good for you. No, not healthy at all. I eat a certain amount of carbs, fats, and proteins. So as long as I hit those numbers, I'm good. And as long as I don't go over, then I'm good, unless I'm like bulking or whatever. But for me to maintain, I need to hit those numbers and not go under, not go over. I have pancakes every day and I have peanut butter on top of them, and it's like literally heavenly, and I will never get rid of them no matter what. So I fit those in my macros. They are higher in carbs. It's about like 60 grams of carbs just for that one meal, but it's worth it to me, and I will use those 60 grams of carbs, plan the rest of my meals accordingly from those pancakes. So that's why I always plan the day before, because I would put my pancakes in MyFitnessPal. Then I will plan accordingly to those macros. Oh, it's kind of fun. Like, you get to pick your own foods out and you get to have fun foods. People think being on a diet, which you should never feel like you're on a diet unless you're like on bikini prep. People think like, oh my gosh, how do you diet all the time? I don't feel like I'm really dieting that, much, because I feel good eating healthy foods. I can't eat McDonald's or greasy foods every day. That's just not me. I don't feel good with it. But like, I have pancakes every day, so that gets rid of my sweet tooth. And then if I want to have froyo, I will leave like 500 calories for the froyo. Normally, I weigh 120, so I have 120 grams of protein. I am higher in carb because I actually train my body to take higher carbs. About a year ago, I was basically starving myself and I didn't eat carbs and my body was not healthy, and I lost my period for 5 months and it was just not good. I just slowly, gradually put carbs in my diet, brought it up really high to about 260, 280 grams of carbs, which yes, I did gain some fat, but with that I was building muscle. I did bring it up to 280 grams of carbs, and I stayed at that for about not too long really, I think it was 2-3 weeks. And then I slowly brought it down. So I brought it down to about 200 grams of carbs. I maintain at 200 grams of carbs, but that's for me. Everyone's body reacts differently. Everyone has a different metabolism, so that's not gonna work for everyone. Some people might gain a bunch of weight with 200 grams. Some people might be starvation mode on 200 grams. So everyone's different. You just gotta, it's helpful if you have a coach to find your macros out for you, or if you can just experiment yourself, if you feel like you can do that, which I feel like that's what I did. But so people just need to figure out their numbers, and then life is so much easier, and you can eat all this, different foods, and you can see what helps you keep your physique and build muscle and stay toned. So in order for people to build muscle, you must be in a caloric surplus. You cannot be in a deficit if you want to build muscle. It's not going to happen. Muscle is very, very difficult to build. I still haven't, I feel like bodybuilders or these fitness people are never satisfied. I just always want more, definitely want to build more. it takes a long time, and you gotta be in that surplus, and you gotta stay consistent and eat healthy. If your diet's not on point, you're not gonna see your results. Your diet is about 80% of what you look like. So you kill it at the gym, kill it outside the gym, and eat your right amount of protein, right amount of carbs, right amount of fats, and I promise you, you will get the body you want. Because I used to be like, not that I'm like super big right now or anything, but like I used to have no muscle at all, was super tiny, like looked so flat. So I finally got that to go up by increasing my calories, eating more, lifting heavy, and keeping my intensity high in the gym. And I got to see those results. So as long as you stay consistent, and you will see your goals come to life. Just hang in there. It takes time. What's up? I'm about to head to the gym right now and hit chest and tries. So I will see you in the next clip when I'm at the gym, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Up next to you, so we'll piss off the neighbors in a place that feels the tears.
Not a drop call, that dead zone. But I'm zoning now while I'm lost in these headphones. When I'm plugged in, I got no disguise. So I'm going in and I feel that when I close my eyes. Back of the head I retrace, yeah, where I be going in space. Yeah, you ain't gotta walk it slowly while I go and slap at that bass. I'm coming off of that and I'm all in. Don't matter who's calling, I feel that bass coming, and all of a sudden I'm falling. You know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass. Down, music up, that's the way I like to fuck. Hear that subwoofer pumping while it's in the trunk. Yeah, I'm turning up that old school funk while I'm riding around with that hip hop. When it stopped at that pit stop, yeah, had it going like rocket ships. When I'm taking off, it's like lift off. And I told you I'm coming, whether it's coming off that bass, yeah, hits you in the speakers, then it punch you in the face. Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, Never wake me up, cause it never feel like I'm dreaming. Am I dreaming? Am I sleeping? Cause I feel like a rage when I come to the stage and I see 50,000 people screaming. And I go stand up, and they go put their hands.
I hope you guys really enjoyed the workout. I hope it was somewhat helpful to some of you. So, see you in the next video.
With the second guessing, I found that there's one thing only regret is